Welcome to the Real Female Entrepreneurs. Today's guest is here to cancel burnout, fire the inner critic, and lovingly return that script you've been performing back to sender. Through neuroscience, storytelling, and a few perfect timed truth bombs, she helps high achieving women untangle from people pleasing, finally live with joy, flow, and embody their juiciness with ease. Bold, wise, and refreshingly real. Please help me welcome the amazing Ilona Rubashevsky. Welcome, Ilona.
Thank you, Angel, for having me. Oh my goodness. So great to
Oh,
be here.
you're so much fun. So, guys, we actually met on a cruise, and she was like a little flitter, a little butterfly everywhere, and so much fun. So, hold on to your seat because get ready. This is going to be a little rad. I already know it. Your hearts are everywhere. Oops.
Not intentional. And yay.
Yay. So, tell us about the spark that actually got you to become the entrepreneur that you are today.
Ah, I love this question because I was born and raised in Ukraine. So Eastern Europe, Kiev, where women are trained to be quieter than water, smaller and less visible than grass, and just be helpful and accommodating and just, be perfect angels. And but not too perfect, and all those things where you're supposed to do all of this wonderfully, but you're not supposed to talk about it. You're supposed to be the best chef, you're supposed to be the best, the smartest person in the room, but you have to be the most humble and not let anybody else know about it, right?
Mhm.
And so when women are just you're only spoken to when you're spoken to, that's when you respond. When you're acknowledged, that's only when you kind of come up just to help serve and so on.
Right.
So when I was little, like about 3 4, my vision since that early age was I am going to walk in, and this is my my 3 4 year old self. I'm going to walk in and there's going to be a room full of men, and I'm going to make a presentation with the little child voice, and they're going to be all wow, and you're going to be amazing. So since I was a little girl, I was like, no, I'm going to change things, and I'm going to be wowing these, because men were the highest possible anything I could have ever thought of, because it wasn't like that specifically in my household. However, it was the way the community was raising me to be.
Mhm.
So yeah. And so
Wow.
since then, I've been like, women roar.
Women roar. I love it. I love it. So that was your 3-year-old self. What about your 18-year-old self? What would you go back and tell her?
So my 18-year-old self, the words of wisdom, because I've been since, having, when we're little, we have this upbringing our community lovingly puts on us,
Mhm.
and they're putting on their own shames, their own cultural beliefs, their own everything. And so as an 18-year-old, as a teenager, we're like navigating, well, what do I want to do here? What do I want to do there? With the little voices on our shoulders being like, no, no, you're supposed to do this. And it's like, whose voice is that? We don't actually know, but we take it to be ours, right? And so all of these, like, whether it's mom, grandma, aunt, dad, grandfather, neighbors, dog walkers, cats, babysitter, for example, saying you should not do this, and you're like all of a sudden like, I should not do this. And so put all of these things that we put onto ourselves. And so what I would tell my 18-year-old self is you're going to get to where you're going. However, if you take the hard now, it will be easier, because regardless of how many detours you take, how many times you choose to step on the same rake, in a different location, you're still gonna need to go to the other path. That's either you can take the straight path there and learn the lesson once and actually do the hard, or you can take the roundabout. Oh, it's easier. Oh, this is easier. But you're learning the same lesson, stepping on the same rake and doing the same owies over and over again. But it seems like it's smaller hills.
Mm.
So take the big, scary hill first, because you're going to get to the same location at some point. One is just like faster, and then you can get to where you're going faster. and enjoy that. And plus, you're building that little muscle of resilience.
Hmm.
So,
I love
be the
that.
hard.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Do it. Just do it, right?
Just do it like Nike, exactly.
All right. What about a game changer? Like, what's one key decision you made in your business and you went, that worked? And I didn't think it was going to work, but it did.
That worked. So that worked would be something that's an interesting one. Because a key game changer for me was accepting self-worth and actually taking that on. And that worked would be asking for help. Because as I was raised, independent. No, you have to do it yourself. You can't be a burden onto others, which also kind of goes hand in hand with self-worth. And that worked was a can I ask for help? Or is it okay if I'm going to ask a question because I'm not sure how to do this? Can you help me? Can you answer that more specifically? And people are like, yeah, sure. And I'm like, wait, what? I'm allowed to do this? That's amazing. And then it's like, it's okay to be wrong and it's okay to make mistakes. And so accepting that is
Mhm.
helpful. How many times have you not accepted help or not asked for help when you really need it?
All the time. And that's one thing that you actually help women overcome is their self-doubt of their self-worth.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's all inner work because we're projecting out
Mhm.
what is inside. So we're projecting out our inner environment. We're projecting out like no amount of I call them band-aids, no amount of distractions, no amount of people like some people are like, I need words of affirmation. That's a love language. It's a valid, wonderful love language. But until you're actually like, I am secure in myself, and yes, it's nice to hear stuff, but I'm secure. And it's not like see how my shoulders are up. I need the words of affirmation. I need it. Please tell me. Otherwise, I have no self-worth.
Right.
Or it's like, I've got self-worth. And can I hear some words of affirmation? They make me feel like nice inside. There's a little difference of like, I need versus I like.
I'm more like, I don't want it.
See, that's not what's your love language?
Acts of service.
There you go. Mine too, actually. So yes, it's like, help me out, please.
Yeah. Yeah. Just help me out. Do whatever. Open the door.
Yeah,
Do whatever has to happen. Right. Those kinds of
exactly.
things. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. What is a myth about being an entrepreneur you wish that most women would kick to the curb? They just believe it and they think, oh, well, that's what it is, but it's not.
Well, a myth is, oh, everything is all perfect and wonderful and we don't mess up and we're all just like wake up perfectly like this and no problems go awry.
Wait, I don't wake up like this every day.
Of course you do. It's a secret. But yes,
No, I
it's
don't.
crazy. It's crazy. It's explosive. It's all the things. It is stressful. It is wonderful. It is, you get to embody so many things and you get to grow and expand to so many different levels
Mhm.
by being an entrepreneur because you're holding all these hats, you're expanding, and you can either be at it from a tight, clenched, stance, or you can just be like, I'm curious, what's this challenge going to be like? And ooh, that's a hiccup. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, I don't have enough money in my account. Okay, that's a hiccup. And how can I get money? What can I do? How can I get creative and do it? So that's one thing that I would tell. The myth is it's not perfect,
Mhm.
and that's okay. And again, it's your inner work.
Yeah. I'm going to
That
back up a minute. I'm going to back up a minute because we said something, and I really think that most women, unfortunately, don't understand what is your gifts, your love language gifts. So for you, because I know you teach this to women because it is so important for us to know what our love language is. So let's back up and talk a little bit about that so they can understand if that's okay.
Perfect. Okay, so we have love language. There's five love languages. It's somebody more brilliant than I came up with that. It's something that comes up in any interaction because I work with communication. I talk to couples, I talk to people, I talk to humans, I talk to anybody in a relationship. Relationship is, parent-child, you with somebody in the grocery store, any interaction, you at work, you at home, you with your love bunny. So words of how to communicate, how you receive love. So if somebody, for example, Angel, you mentioned your love language is acts of service.
Mhm.
Somebody can tell you, oh, you did this amazingly, and you're so wonderful, and you're so beautiful, and you've got all this. To you, it's like,
Yeah.
eh, but if somebody goes and washes your car for you, you're like,
Oh
oh,
my
you
God.
love me, thank you. Yeah, see, there you go. Like, yes, do that again. Exactly. But and for somebody like and the thing is they're trying to communicate. So whoever's telling you all these praises, we tend to communicate in the language we're proficient in receiving in. However, if you're not receiving in that language, for example, if you're telling somebody you've got a beautiful smile, but they only speak Mandarin, they're not going to understand anything you're saying.
Mm-mm.
Right? So same thing with the love languages. If you're not speaking in the love language, the person's not receiving it. And you're trying to communicate. You're like talking, talking, talking. And they're like, I don't know what you're saying. You're not getting through to me.
No.
But if if you wash the car, if you do the dishes, if you make me dinner, a dinner that I actually want, not the dinner that I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, not all the food that I don't eat that I'm allergic to, that I'm allergic to, that you fix. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yes. So acts of service are not just, oh, I'll just do something for you. No, it has to be a helpful act of service.
Hmm.
So it has to be something you need to get to know the person. And so the best way to communicate to people is in their love language that they speak, that they receive in. Because when we're communicating, this goes in communication. I'm going to circle back to all of the love languages shortly, but in when you're communicating with somebody, are you communicating to speak? Or are you communicating to be heard and understood?
Right.
So if you're communicating to be heard and understood, then you need to speak in a language that the receiver can understand and accept and hear you in. If you're speaking just to speak, then it doesn't matter. Go talk to a wall. Go talk to the nature. That nature will respond and respect and appreciate a little better. So yes. So when you're speaking, make sure to talk in a way that the receiver can understand so that you guys have clear communication pathways.
Yeah.
Now, the different love languages, circling back to that,
Mhm.
is words of affirmation. Somebody just needs to hear it. And when I was giving the example earlier, like, tell me I'm good, tell me you love me because I can't live without having that. Or it feels nice in my body just to get that reminder.
Mhm.
There's people who are like, yeah, I told you I loved you 20 years ago. Nothing's changed. I'll update you if something does change. You know? Men in Eastern European cultures do that kind of thing occasionally.
Mhm. Yeah.
So, so basically it's like, yeah, I'm doing all these other things for you because I don't speak that language. But if you do speak it and you need it, then it's like, yeah, saying those things, even if they're repetitive. Even if you're repeating them the same over and over again to one person who does not speak that love language of words of affirmation, you can repeat till you're blue in the face and they're like they feel uncomfortable repeating it. But to the person who does speak it, they will each time you say it, it's like it's like ringing, it's like beautiful music to their ears. It's like, it's the best kind of feeling that they can have.
Mhm.
Now, for somebody who, for acts of service, that's another one.
Mhm.
Do something that makes my life easier. Oh, please. Oh my goodness, you do that for me. I will love you. I will do whatever you want, and I will just step into my juiciness. I'll be my whatever it is, and you can just like you have me go, yes,
You can do
yes, do
anything
more
you
of
want.
that.
If you say I'm going to do this and you do it, boom.
Yes, it puts me in like this from stressful, from whatever. It's just like, hello there. Okay, so we've got words of affirmation, acts of service, physical touch, massages, hugs, just being connected. That's also something that just kind of it's a co-regulation thing and it just feels good. Some people just need that kind of touch. They need that little closeness. And then there's also time. So spending quality time together, not just like, oh, you're on your phone, you're on your phone. That's not quality time. We're sitting next to each other, we're spending time together. You're not spending time together.
No.
5 minutes of actually direct communication,
Mhm.
eye to eye contact, and just actively listening and actively being present
Yeah.
does a world of difference
Put
to
the
that person.
phone down.
Put the phone in another room, not just
Yes.
down, because down is like you're looking over every time it beeps, you're like this adrenaline hit, this little I'm looking at it, whatever. But if it's in the other room and you're like, honey, I'm here with you,
Hmm. Different.
present and connected, you're just like, oh, thank you. I'm feeling so much closer to you just by that alone. You put your phone away. That means I'm more important to you in these 5 minutes than that phone. You may not be checking it, you may not, but the fact that it's somewhere else, that quality time of just like together,
Yeah.
just being, it's perfect. And then the fifth one, not in any specific order,
Mhm.
are gifts. Cute little, I've got a little gift right here. Cute little gifts that are just like, or any
Oh,
gifts, which people just feel valued when they get a gift. I had a partner, he was like, I buy you all these things. And I'm like, but that's not my love language.
not
He's like,
mine
but I
either.
buy you all this stuff. And so you should be grateful. I'm like,
That's not mine either.
thank you. I don't know what to do with them. I feel like they're cluttering my house. I feel like they're, maybe not this little one, but like, but
Yeah.
some of them, it's like they might be cluttering. They may not be the gifts. So it just make sure you speak in a language that the receiver can appreciate because we're all trying to communicate our love to each other.
Hmm.
We're trying to either give love or receive love in any communication. And so speak in a way that the person will understand what you're trying to tell them.
Yeah. So, you know what? So, your goal is really to get these women to understand this. So, their sexiness comes out, their juiciness, they embody their whole body. Am I right?
Well, we don't necessarily need to understand this to embody our bodies or embody our juiciness. That's inner work stuff. So basically, whatever we're feeling inside, we project that out.
Mhm.
And the thing is, yeah, we have us women, we have so many masks
Mhm.
and hats. So we've got the mom hat, we've got the entrepreneur hat, we've got the work hat, we've got the daughter hat, the sister hat, the whatever hats are, the cousin hat, the neighbor hat, all of those, whatever our profession is hat. And then we've got the masks. Well, this person needs me to be this way. This person sees me this way. When we go dating or whatever, we have to be a certain way to be liked. And then the hoping that we're gonna be approved in however we show up. I mean, who from anybody here has actually just went, I'm not gonna take a shower today and I'm just gonna go out, with my hair looking like this and just see how that goes. Not many women will actually go do this often. Well, at least like brush our hair, like put this on, and then like pretend spend about 30 minutes trying to look like we don't care. Right? And so,
Mhm.
and that's okay, but that's also a mask
Yeah.
because we're still trying to, I don't feel like being ready, but it took me 30 minutes to get ready to not look like I'm ready because I feel shitty and I feel like sluggish and I just don't want to adult today. And but that's not okay. So I'm gonna spend time adulting, but not adulting.
Yeah,
And that's a mask.
it is.
So and actually I spent a little bit of time. I took a 10-day retreat to myself where I showed up in my raw, however I wanted to, messy and all, and did not care.
Hmm.
And and that was okay. So I took time to actually see what that feels like. So when I'm suggesting this, I've done it. So it's possible. And that's where you kind of get to see the stairs. You get to be like, I'm not approved. And you know what? I, inner work, approve of myself. And so when I'm teaching this whole thing, it's the inner work. So showing up, feeling sexy, having all of this stuff. And I do have tips if you want how to feel sexy very quickly,
Instantly. Okay,
instantly.
bring it on.
Okay, now?
Bring it on if you want.
Okay. So, how often, like, if you were to have a day to yourself, what words would you share? What would you say? What would you kind of what would you tell yourself? How would you ask yourself, like, what do I want to do today? Or how would you phrase that? What should I
Oh,
do today?
I
What would I
probably
fill
didn't
my day
ask a
with?
question because I already know. I would stay in bed with my laptop and work, period. No makeup, pajamas maybe. And that's it. Just stay in my pajamas all day long, and that's it.
Okay, stay all day long. But I guess let's rewind back to that. So if somebody says, okay, you're gonna have a day off tomorrow.
Okay.
So will the question even come up like what do you want for breakfast? How would you say that? Like what would you ask? How would you ask for breakfast?
From somebody else or myself?
From yourself, like when you're thinking, what would I blank breakfast today? What's that blank word that you'd put in
Oh,
there?
okay. What would I desire for breakfast?
Desire. I love that word. How many women here use the word desire?
Mm.
Yes, they more like I want, which is a sense of like it has this like lack underneath, right?
Mhm.
Desire's good. It also has a tiny sense of lack. But it's also, if you think about what delights me today.
Mm. Yeah.
What did you feel when you said delights me?
Yeah. Good. What would like me to, you know,
Yeah,
to
what
eat?
delight? hmm And so, what would delight me to enjoy today? And so, those kind of changing those words, shifting a little bit. Like when you say the word like I want, I desire. Desire is a good word. Not many people use desire. Desire is a great word. And then delight. So want, which is what most people say. Delight.
Mhm.
Try those on for size. And so just notice what you're feeling when you say each of the words.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Mhm.
Okay.
Makes a difference.
It does. And now the actual action, and so far we've not added any time. We just changed a word, swapped out a word, right?
That's it. And when
So
I say delight, I think of more like refreshing fruits and stuff instead of something really bad for you.
good. Yes. So nourishing your body. So having that taste in your mouth. So you just mentioned, fruits and the taste. So when we're tasting, how often do we actually enjoy what we're eating?
Mm.
We normally, yeah, scarfing it down. Nom, nom, nom. Somebody makes this breakfast and we're like, yum, 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 yum,
Mhm.
right? Um, I actually got to taste, like, I do intermittent fasting. And one of the things I do is the first bite or first meal after I start eating, I'm like, I'm going to actually savor because my taste buds change. Every time I do intermittent fasting, it's like the celery is so sweet. The carrots are amazingly sweet. And it's like, and so juicy. And it's like, oh, there's like, if you're present to it, it's like an explosion of flavors in my mouth without any of the added spices, without any of the chemicals, just all natural.
Yeah.
So taking those few seconds to just savor whatever the food that delights you, just savoring it, just being like present and open to it, and just being like, first bite, even if it's chocolate, enjoy your chocolate, but just enjoy it. And so I've been practicing chewing a lot more. So instead of like maybe chewing, instead of like you chew one, two, three, four, five, and you swallow. And your body's like, that's big, right? So like chewing at least 20 times or something, or I don't like to count, but until everything in there is no longer chewable. All the juice has come out of the food that you're eating. So you chew until there's no more juice, until your teeth have juiced everything out.
Yeah, and I can tell you guys, she really does do this. I got to eat and sit next to her. And I mean, we're both very picky food eaters, first off, and a lot of the same foods. So it's pretty scary. And so she actually taught me how to order on the cruise the night before. I know.
Sorry.
Okay.
Wish I did it earlier.
Yeah. Yeah. So she taught me how to do that. So I can tell you guys, she literally does what she's talking about as a whole. Hmm. All right. Let's talk about life balance. I know you have a daughter, and
Mhm.
tell me what else. How do you balance work? Your daughter, who is a award-winning dance competition in what? Is it salsa? What is it in? Is it, I know
Ballroom dance.
ballroom dance as a whole.
She's a USA national champion in ballroom dance, yes.
Yeah. So how do you balance that? Because that's pretty high travel and everything else. So how do you balance that with being an entrepreneur and life as a whole?
It took a little bit of time to figure that out.
Hmm.
And so the challenge I had with that was I'm trying to do the things I need to do. And then it's like, well, how do I get my Zoom meetings in? How do I schedule my appointments? How do I get this to work? But it all comes back to priorities. And the reason I became an entrepreneur is for my angel, my daughter. My life revolves around her. Everything is like, she's my number one priority. Anything I come back to, it's like, nope, I'm doing this because I want to make sure that I get the quality time with her because it's not coming back. Anything I build, she is the most important thing. I'm pointing this way because her room is right there next door to me. So I'm like, yes, right there. So anything I build, it's around her. It's in making sure that she's doing well, making sure that she's happy, and making sure that she's my priority. And so with that said, there's no competition. So it's more of a great. I will schedule this and this around the times. And it took me a little bit of time to schedule this session with you because I needed to make sure that she was available or not available during the time that I would be having this. And today is actually her birthday.
Yeah.
So yes, and so her being at school and so on, I'm like, oh great, I get to schedule this. And so it was perfect. And so having those priorities, coming back to that and knowing the sense of why, and then it's no longer juggling. It's like that's my priority. And yes, I have a big list of things that I need to do. However, if you're not looking at it as a list of things to do, and it's one of the things I also teach, and it's based on Tony Robbins' rapid planning method, how to prioritize better and be able to manage your life, not just time, but your life in ways, in chunks that work well for you. And to make it the 80-20 rule, what's 20% of the tasks that I have to do get me 80% of the results to get there. And then what other aspects are for tomorrow. Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. Thanks for that. All right. We have a entrepreneur friend who's sitting here on the edge, getting ready to throw in the towel. What would you tell her?
Okay. So she's an entrepreneur already like tired and overwhelmed and stuff. Okay, perfect. So I would say you are so close.
Mm,
And I would say when you're ready to throw in the towel, that just means your body is saying, take a little break.
mm,
Connect with yourself. Because here's the thing, us women, especially when we get burnout, because we're pulled in so many different directions and we feel like we have to hold it all together. So we're like, we need to be here, we need to be there, we need to help this. Our friend's having a breakdown, our kids are this, we need to get food on the table, we need to do laundry, we need to maintain the house, we need to, uh, satisfy our sweeties. We need to take care of the parents. We need to take care of the siblings. The birthday party's coming up. I promised somebody I would pick up this and do that. And so we're all spread into different directions and we're tired.
mm.
And not all of those things are in alignment. And so just come back to yourself. Come back to your center. Come back to being grounded with who you are and what you need. So taking those even 5 minutes just to breathe, focus on breathing and be in stillness helps you kind of align with what you need and be like, what is the next best thing I need to do today?
Yep.
Or what is the next best thing that will help me get to where I need to go? And you know what? It's also okay to say no to certain things because when you say no to something else, you're saying yes to yourself. You're saying yes to the things that matter to you. For me, it's my daughter. And I had a hard time, again, being helpful, raised as being helpful and all of this stuff. It's like, my family's going to be mad at me. And you know what? That's okay.
Yep. It is okay. Definitely. All
They
right.
will continue.
All right. We're going on some rapid fire questions here. Ready? Tell us
Yes.
something unexpected that everybody would go, oh my God. Ileana did what? Ileana did what? No way.
Okay. Well, for the first time, my daughter just turned 14. For the first time, I actually took time for myself. So that was because again, life revolved around her completely and fully. And so for the first time, I was like, you know what? I need to do this. I want to do this, and I'm going to do this. And she was like, yeah, mom, go for it. I was like, wait, what? You're okay with this? She's like, yeah, go for it. I was like, why didn't I ask earlier? Why was I not okay with it? And so I've been doing a lot of things in just small little increments, but the 10 days alone, not talking to anybody and being like, you've got a problem, grandparents. So that
Grandparents
was,
work.
yes, that was a big kind of thing.
All right, music. Pump up the volume. Give me a song or songs that you actually love.
Ooh, so songs I really love are Christina Aguilera, Feel This Moment.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's
This
my song.
This solo version.
Yeah.
Her voice just is so like feminine. It's just so
Mhm.
gets me all like juiced up. And then Coldplay When I Rule the World.
That's a good one too. And
And
I was
then
like,
Life Will Never Be the Same
oh, yeah,
from Tony Robbins events.
yeah, yep. All right, books that build you up.
Ooh, well, books that build me up. Hmm. The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fun by Mark Manson. And things I really like is Codependent No More by Melody Beattie
Mhm.
and The Nonviolent Communication by Marshall Rosenberg.
Mm,
And then,
that
of
one's deep.
course, Power versus Force and Letting Go by David Hawking. And I do really, really like, just for fun, because I love how it's written, I love how it's all about outwitting the devil. I just, fascinating. I
That's a
love
fun
that
one.
one in many aspects.
Mhm.
Yes, I love that
Mhm.
one.
All right, words to live by, a quote.
When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change by Wayne Dyer.
Boom.
Change
Superpower.
lenses.
Superpower, 24 hours. What would it be?
Oh, superpower. So mine is to either predict the future so that I can go and see, will this work? Will this not work? Find it as cheating. Or to be able to read minds, and that way I'll be able to be like, hey, you guys are struggling with these things, and this is how, to create a bigger way to help and spread the love and add more love to the world. Because that's my mission. I want to just
You just want to
I
love everybody.
I just want everybody to love everybody. I just want to create more love in the world. And I sent a message to my daughter today. I'm like, hey, you can be the change that you're seeing because she was having a hard time with the popularity aspect in school.
Mm,
And so I'm like, I love your values and you can be the change.
yeah. The
So
word "and" instead of the B word. I don't like the B word, but the word "and" always works.
yes,
All right. So, motivation. Do you believe in it? And if you believe in it, what do you do for motivation if you need it?
I do believe in motivation. I mean, motivation is basically it's an inner thing. So it's what's my why? And here's the thing, the way to get motivated for me is get in alignment, where it's basically sit down, meditate for a bit. So it's like, I'm overwhelmed. So am I overwhelmed because this is not the path for me? Or am I overwhelmed because I've got too many things pulling at different directions? Or am I overwhelmed for another reason? Or am I just lazy? And that's okay with any of those. So it's coming back to center and what is it that would fulfill me? And why? What's my why? Why do I want to do this? And if it's not big enough, then it's not it. And that's okay. There'll be other ones.
What is the best way for our audience to stay connected with you?
Love Inspires 111 on Instagram, on Facebook, on YouTube. I think it's 111 on YouTube. It might be just one. Those are the things. And liveyourbestlife.coach /yes, you can get a little freebie from me.
Oop, always like a little freebie. Thank you. And give us a mic drop moment, something that we didn't talk about that you'd love to leave with our audience.
Mm. Pick your hard. Everything is hard. Pick your hard.
Mm.
Because life will get you eventually to the place that you need to go. Make it faster so that you can stay at the positive and the juicy, yummy places more. And if you're delighted in yourself and if you have little joys within you, the world, the way you look at things, will change and it'll have more juicy delights for you to enjoy. So
Ilona.
you.
Ilona, you're amazing. Thank you for being here with us. And yeah, we both wear heart necklaces, so there you go.
Yay.
All right. Talk to you later. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye. Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of Female Entrepreneurs Magazine. I hope you found inspiration, actionable tips, and a sense of connection with our incredible community of driven women. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, leave a review, and share the episode with fellow entrepreneurs who are ready to elevate their game. Remember, your success is just the beginning, and we're here to support you in every step of the way. Until next time, keep shining, keep thriving, and remember, you have the power to create the business and life of your dreams. Stay inspired, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.